94, 5, we organized a conference on the information highway. That's what they called it before the internet. And the idea was that if you looked at the highway system, it went through neighborhoods and people couldn't get on or off. They had to travel many miles to find a place where they could get on or off. And we thought that if the information highway was a replication of this highway system, then what we would see would be that lots of people would not be able to get on it and get the information. And so this conference became a starting point for getting people thinking about how this new technology could be used so that people could tell their stories. And it is through that when I retired from MIT, I decided that I wanted to open up a place in the community where people could get access to the technology, because it meant that each person could tell their own story. The internet is just one part of it, that the technology is something emerging. You have it in your automobiles, everything. And so it became very important that people could learn how to use it, applications, how to do the hardware, the networking, etc. And so we merged all of those into how we were offering a service through the Technology Center. It's just a whole range of activities that require knowledge of some of the applications. If you're in school, you probably know better than I do how you're even getting into online learning, so that you can't get away from trying to figure out what you need to learn, what kind of applications are important in order for you to do your research or to solve problems. If people are going to be able to get jobs, clerical, you name it, business, they got to have some fundamental skills with relationship to the computer. We have things here in a process that they don't have in many of the Boston public schools or many schools for that matter, because we've understood the importance of that technology in making things, in doing the research for whatever you're going to make. The information is there, but you also need to be able to design with applications that allow you to send things to the computer as if it was a printer. I mean, from the computer to, you name it. When you go look at the Fab Lab, you see, which is where they can make things and design. You'll see how you can send something to the computer. You can design it on a computer and send it to a laser machine, sewing machine, a 3D machine, you name it, and you'll be able to produce something.
So I started at my freshman year, and now I'm a sophomore in college, and I've done this program every year so far. It's important that students actually learn how to use Fab Lab. I mean, it's a lot of design, but you also have to do a lot of math, a lot of problem solving, a lot of documentation. So I mean, they're still building on the core skills of like English, writing, mathematics, basic algebra, some calculus. If they're doing like larger scale projects, like if they want to make a robot that would press fit in together, that could like hold up motors, you probably need higher math. So they're definitely still learning the basic stuff. They're just not learning it as in a structured, they learn it as a more creative way, and they actually see the application of it. rather than being told, oh, you'll use this in like banking or you use this in design, they actually see it in action, which I think is a more powerful way to learn.
I've got like pins and stuff and keychains, but this is like the hardest thing to do. And yeah, I got it wrong.
Hey, so I mean, how many tries do you think it's gonna take?
James said that it took him 30. I'm on my 5th try.
All right. So what do you have? So now that it doesn't fit, what do you do over here?
I don't know. Usually I just measure it or see what I did wrong.
I know a lot of art students come here. I know they have one at Northeastern. They have a laser cutter, but that's for cutting paper. So you can do different designs, like textures. You can have.
So you have more available than Northeastern, basically.
Yeah, they only have a laser cutter.
Right.
But you can learn how to do multiple stuff, like embroidery. So you can have your own fashion line or clothing line if you wanted. So there's a lot of like different avenues you can take from here. As a profession, I know a lot of people actually work in the Fab Lab, so their whole life is dedicated to creating, sharing, exploring, learning. So that's, as a profession, you can do. You can be a Fab steward.
One of the big aspects of what we're doing here is getting youth to make things and to design things. And they come up with some incredible ideas and things. We believe that art is a major aspect of the technology and of the students' personal growth. Given the opportunity, they can create, and they do, and we believe that being repetitious, but I feel so strongly about it, that it increases their willingness to participate in courses that they before thought were beyond them, and we have more of them who are taking science and technology courses in college. And we are providing a pipeline for that, which is a lot different than the pipeline that people in education are doing by having many of the children go from the schools to prison. I just want to get to the other piece of this, and that has to do with the program we have called Learn to Teach, Teach to Learn, which works just as I've said it. The students learn applications, they learn how to solve problems with them, and then they work with middle and elementary school boys and girls so that they can learn some of the same applications that these high school students are learning as they are improving their skills in science, technology, engineering, art, and music. I think it's important I'm working on is, I mentioned dealing with this school to prison pipeline, and we just want to change that around. So I've been pushing this idea, we need to boycott jails. We need to spend more time and get people thinking about it and why programs like the Technology Center are extremely relevant and significant. The cost to service folks who are in jail exceeds astronomically the cost to educate even through college. Okay? And so we've got to get people to understand that the process that we've been involved with in the schools hasn't been working for a large number of people, and we got to turn that around.